Hey guys, it's me again, Orkslayer. What if? Where I last left off? Let's see. Checking. So, Merry Christmas, I'm pretty sure which is going to be the case. Happy late Christmas, or whatever you wish to say it. But, yeah, we've reached 2K subs by the time I have posted this out. So this will be the final part to this should be the final part to what if Deku was Yujiro's son, or at least the first part to it, you could say. But after this, I shall be going to the special, like the 2K special, and again, it will be scripted this time, so it may take me a little bit of time to get it out there. So I gotta write it down and all that. But anyways, let us get started on part 16? It's part 16, I believe, of What If Deku Was Yujiro's Son. So, where I left off, Deku had pretty much handed Eri over to Hanayama for safekeeping, knowing in his head that no Yakuza member would know that, well, in Hanayama's group at least, don't yawn yet, would associate with a hero, you could say. So they pretty much hold her for a few days, as Overhaul's like having like a fit, you could say, as he's trying to work out the deal with Shigaraki. But at this point in time, what's happening is that Night Eye and the rest of the heroes who like come together to deal with it are making up their strategy and finding the place where they're hiding out at. Overall still has shipments going out and such of like court canceling drugs and such, so they're still tracking him down. As Deku, since none of them can like talk freely about it, Mirio feels much better since Deku decide to act, getting Eri out of there. But I don't think he was there. No, Muriel was not there to like where they handed Eri over to Hanayama. So he has no clue in that. It's just Deku, Bubble Girl, and Night Eye and such, and maybe Bakugo. Like I said, yeah, Bakugo is there, since she does have since she does know Hanayama. But as I digress, they're all working out that little strategy meeting to take him down. As when the day finally arrives, when it comes down, Deku checks on Eri a few more times during this entire progress. Nothing too big, just like a pop in, like saying, "Hey, how are you? Good. Hanging out with Hanayama a little bit, typical stuff." But as they go on with this, they eventually get ready for the operation to go down and deal with Chizaki and such. As Kirishima is like still hyped, he's like, "Yeah, we're working with Deku too," or Nephilim, whichever you prefer, whichever you would use in the scenario. Like if it's their hero name, yeah. It's like, I know he won't do so bad. And as like the rest of the heroes are are actually interested to see what Deku will do to ensure that we don't fail. As they're just about to storm in, guns at the ready, muscular dude still like pounces out of nowhere and bashes I think he punches several people away, as Bakugo blasts up, grabs one dude. Deku, in what seems like a blur, grabs three of them. He's like, alright, it's pretty easy. He's like, oh, take care of this quickly, as he jumps up and pretty much just takes his hand and karate chops the dude on the back of the neck, as the guy just goes splat right into, his face goes straight into the ground. As everyone's like, whoa, Deku's like, what are you waiting for? Let's get in there! As he uses does the whole firing little air blast at the villains in front. They're thrown away as they're hit the walls and such. Night Eye still does his little trick thing, but they aren't in as big a, they're in a rush get out, as they were in the anime, but it's not lessened, but it's more or less they're able to go faster since they don't have Eri. As Deku and them are making their way, as the guy tries to like distract Deku and them with like that whole thing, he's like, alright. As he takes his fist and shoves it right into the wall, as he, like how Yujiro does it, stabilizes it, as he gets it there, as the shockwaves sent through the stone and all that sort of equal out this guy's trying to shove everything else around, it just causes it to go haywire. As the guy himself feels the vibrations, Deku eventually is like looking around trying to see if he can see this guy. And the thing with Togo and such really doesn't happen. Say like she does try to ambush them, but she's pretty much easily dealt with, as Deku just pretty much grabs her knife with like his 2 fingers as he snaps it in half. With that following up, that Deku and them move deeper into like the little sanctum, as Deku's actually able to keep up with Mirio when it comes to it, as he just like juggernauted his way through several walls, just like poof, just headbutting you. That'd be funny, but anyways, seriously, he just punches his way through the walls with his immense strength and power. Eventually, probably actually getting not farther, but getting there maybe a little bit around the same time Mirio did, as he finished clobbering his way through the walls. Overhaul's like, oh, it's you two. As Deku's like, alright. As then they both feel the whole sensation of drunkenness hit over them. Mirio's like, whoa. Because this is why I don't understand. Is Slosh thing like, it makes everyone, if I remember, it says it makes everyone as drunk as he is. So, in that case, would it affect a Hanma in the same way? So like I said, the Hanma's constitution is incredible. So I think maybe Deku wouldn't be as affected, I think. But anyways, as Deku like pretty much is hit by like the thing, as he feels it for a second, then he's like, he throws his fist as it sends a massive air blast down the hall. As the one guy tries to shoot Deku, but the needle is thrown away and pretty much destroyed against a wall. As feeling the rage deep inside Deku, he moves forward as the guy with the gun tries to shoot him again, but he just pretty much appears in front of him and pushes him straight down into the ground. As then Slosh tries to get back up, Deku takes his foot and kicks forwards, keep embedding him in the wall. So then he finally comes across, as he finally gets Overhaul, as Overhaul tries to touch him, but Deku essentially flicks his hand away before he can even touch him. As then he grabs Overhaul and smashes him into the ground, just like what he did with the other dude. As Overhaul is completely knocked out, like a complete KO. And yeah, as eventually as Deku drags all the villains out and ties them up real good, as they're still escorted away, Shigaraki still does the whole, I'm taking your hands now, so, you know, as his hands are taken away still. As, Deku and them celebrate. They celebrate a job well done with efficiency. Night Eye's still alive and Mirio's still alive, so bonus. As they end up, like, eventually going to retrieve Eri, as she is sent to the hospital to, like, have her quirk looked over and see what it does. As they, like, get the basis of it's a rewinding quirk. And with that, this is where I'm going, well, not gonna end it off just yet. Deku and them get something squared away. as Deku talks with Hanayama and thanks him again for doing this for him, that it was really helpful for the situation at hand. Hanayama takes a swig of whiskey that he was drinking and says, "It was no problem, Deku. But tell me this, did you at least get them and hit them hard?" He's like, "Oh, trust me, they never stood a chance." As he lets a smirk comes across his face. And the whole thing with Kirishima still happens. As they all say, it's like, well, it's a good thing you were there, Midoriya. As he's like, now if you don't mind, as he cracks his knuckles, there's some business I need to attend to. Deku's like, alright, Hanayama, enjoy your work. He's like, I'll try, Deku. So, as they return, they eventually get settled in, they're still settled in the dorm system, so, Deku and them just hang out there for a while. As Deku, what they're doing now is that they want to see as they do some games around the area, to get their minds off the latest things that have happened. Someone says this, I wonder, hey Deku, as Deku's like, yeah? Sato, get over here. As they look at each other and they just walk over, here Sato, drink some sugar. He's like, oh. As they're arm wrestling contest, as they both look at each other. Deku, no using your quirks. You say your body is unique, that you could lift a lot, like Olympic high-level bodybuilders. And Sato, your stuff is incredible, so let's see who wins. As they're like, alright. So they get positions ready, and then they start arm wrestling. As Deku's arm is massive compared to Sato's, I would think. As then it's just sort of a little man, as with his super strength, he's actually able to put up a fight against Deku. As Deku's like, alright, this is just completely unfair. How about I be able to use a little bit of my quirk? It's like, fine. As Deku uses a little bit of it. As right now, they're about even. Deku's like, As he pushes a bit more with his quirk, as he's actually starting to sweat, he's like, good job, Sato. Not many could say they can do this. As he starts pushing even deeper, then Dupla Arms comes over, as it's like, this is cheating. It's like, nothing's cheating. Sero then throws his tape over, as everyone in class essentially starts, most of them actually try to outmatch Deku, as Deku's having to put more strength with his quirk. He's like, alright. As he pushes fully, as he's like, come on. As he's just, as everyone after a little while just sort of boom, as there's just a quick little smash, as the side of the table breaks, as Sato's like, my hand, as Deku's like, sorry, as he just sort of shakes his arm. Good job, y'all. Good job. Well, these has been enjoyable, guys, but I gotta go do some training for a little bit. As it's like, alright. As Deku walks out, Baku's like, mind if I come with? He's like, sure, why not? You can come along. As they set off to go train. And that, folks, is where I'm going to be ending this off at. Sorry it's really short, but then again, there wasn't a lot I had to do with this. So, remember what I said. The special will be coming out soon, hopefully. I gotta write it down and such and talk with my editors, you could say. But, I hope y'all have enjoyed this series. Hope y'all continue to enjoy this series. And I hope y'all have a nice day, nice night, nice life.